So Tim Walz was not a very good debater last night, but I still think he won, and I'll tell you why. So right off the bat, the guy was a little nervous, a little flummoxed, and JD Vance was basically built for this, right? He's a Yale educated attorney, hand selected by Peter Thiel to be the next generation of MAGA far right wing conservatism. And he did a great job. I went to law school. I knew a billion guys like JD Vance. We called them gunners because they would rip you to shreds for an extra half percentage point on their GPA, right? He did a great job, and Waltz did a great job too, eventually. But a lot of people, including me, were initially disappointed. Like, why didn't Walt attack this guy, right? Why didn't he call him weird? Why didn't he do what he did in all those TV interviews that basically got him the gig as the VP nominee in the first place? But I think he had a different mission tonight. I think a lot of people today are talking about how kind of refreshing this debate was, in that they were civil and polite to each other and boring, frankly, which reminded everyone of what politics used to be like before Trump and what they could be like again if we can just move on past this guy. No more drawing with Sharpies on hurricane maps, no more sicking troops on protesters while you're holding the Bible upside down, no more injecting bleach, none of this stuff. We could go back to a time where politics were nice and kind of boring. And that was good. That was great. I want to go back to there, and I'm sure everyone else does too. But then right at the end, right? Like an MMA fighter who gets taken down to the ground and wrestled to the mat, and he's losing on points the entire boring fight for 4 3/4 rounds. And then in the last second, he gets up and scores a knockout kick to the head. In the last minutes of this debate, Tim Walz asked JD Vance maybe the most important question of all, which is basically, why are you here? Where's Mike Pence? Who won the 2020 election? And JD Vance couldn't do it. And in 2024, it doesn't matter how many points you score in a 2-hour debate, or who wins rhetorically, or who looks good. What matters in 2024 is that you get that 15-second, succinct, snackable, shareable clip for fine outlets like ourselves and others to share on social media to tens and tens of millions of people, right? And he did that. And that was it. All Waltz had to do was not get his butt kicked definitively like Trump did in the last debate. And, you know, he walked away with a few bruises, but he also walked away with this perfect 15-second summation of every single reason why Trump and Vance should be kept as far away from power as possible. And I'd call that a victory in my book.